we have rooms for that. So otherwise, for now, I'm only higher attachment. So you'll also realize our services are diverse. Of course, you've noticed that we have many librarians around, and we've left others in the department. That's just because we have many services that we offer. Diversity of services, and of course those diverse resources that we also provide. You know, just not just for you. Remember, we are serving the entire university, including even researchers. We even have those research materials which you'll also be told about. So because of all those diversity of resources, then we have diversity of diversity. We also have diversity of services. Of course, we have lending and receiving. That's the most obvious. When you go to the library, maybe you just want to go borrow a book. And sometimes maybe you want to just go read from within. And sometimes you may just want to read from within. So there's learning and receiving. We also have short loan. We also have a resource center. A resource center, e-resources, we call it e-resources, which can also be referred to as a digital library. We have newspapers and periodicals. Otherwise, this has been a section called Africana periodicals. And special collections. We have reference services. We have archival services. And, and we have other developing services, as in some services it may not be possible to really categorize them because they are specialized, and because we also have a specialized staff. So long as it's an information-based service that you may require from us, you may have to come and ask from us. And in other words, we'll be able to give you the services that I require. So what do we require from you ourselves? Of course, what we require, number one, is just your cooperation. Just your cooperation. Ukiambiwa toa kofia, toa kofia. Ukiambiwa hiyo jacket we need to freeze you, unakubali. Hatutahitaji fujo. We want to discourage exchange with our staff. As in, we say we are a customer-friendly department. We want to maintain that rapport, that goodness, that interactiveness, that nature with you, so that usije umelewa library. We've had those nasty experiences. Usije, if you have to, don't come, because we have security people and they are likely to also run you up. And of course, we'll also expect you to just kutunza mali yetu kama ni vitabu, just the general environment. Just be cautious that unahitaji kutunza the environment that you live in, so that you are not destroying yourself in the process. So you've been told we'll not be able to take you for a physical tour. Traditionally, we've always taken our first years with the orientation to the library for a physical tour. But tunakubaliana na mimi that is hardly helpful, because inamaanisha we are in small groups, we are trying to rush the process, and in the process you also miss out on so much. In the process you are tortured, the staff are also tortured. You're kuongea over and over, you're speaking to about 50 groups, the same day, the rush, the stress, ni kusimama throughout. I think we appreciate the fact that even uketi this pia ni kuzuri, sindio? Wow. So in other words, we will not take you for a physical tour, but we hope that the virtual tour that you will take, we have just a small virtual tour that you will take. We hope it will be sufficient. And in any case, our staff are also prepared to demonstrate the different aspects of the library that you will interact with. So even as we say that our library is also small, of course there were issues of circulation of the air when we congested there, but with the new library, in future we may revive the issue of physical tours, but meanwhile for now we are going virtual. So at the same time, as much as we are saying we will not be able to demonstrate the issues of e-books, we want to discourage you from using resources directly from the internet. This is because hata nyinyi wenyewe mnajua online internet resources are not always correct. There is a lot of fake news, there is a lot of fake information resources, there is a lot of, like I read somewhere, it's possible to manufacture, to make an embryo out of a stem cell antenna. At one time tuliambiwa it's possible to replicate, sijui mbuzi ilireplicatiwa na ingine aje tena. Mambo ingine we know that scientists have been trying, and that's why it's important that the resources that we subscribe to in the library are from established publishers, publishers that have been tried through the years, and we know that they can only release that which is authentic and that which is scientifically proven, and the evidence that happens. Otherwise, ukienda kwa Google na zingine huko, they'll give you all kinds of information, and you begin to believe the wrong things, so that finally what wewe unachanganyikiwa, which is not a good thing, because in the learning process, the best thing is just to learn the right thing. So that's why we have taken the trouble to subscribe for e-resources. We have books basically in all programs that the university teaches. As in, hakuna vile mtasema hakuna resources. Kama hakuna physical, we definitely have those resources in the electronic. So that's why we want to really discourage you from using information resources online, from online. And of course, we are saying this is with the right and definitely. Mwalimu akiwarifaa to a certain link, of course he knows as a safe link. I know you will get many of these links from your lectures. Otherwise, avoid, as much as they say open, we call it open access. If you can avoid. That's my advice. And then at the same time, we also cautioning ourselves, basically the entire university, and you will realize this the more you understand and the more you get grounded. But it is important to tell you from the one, we also observe copyright. As in, huwezi ukakopi kazi ya mtu ukaifanya assignment yako. Ni kweli unaweza kumdanganya mwalimu, but at some point ukizoea hivyo, you'll be caught up with nature, and it might not be good for you. So we call it plagiarism. As in, when you take somebody else's work and you want to call it yours, you're inaitwa plagiarism, and it's an academic crime, highly forbidden and punishable by, as in, inaweza kufanya your degree ikuwe nullified, especially at your own here. Most programs have a project that you undertake. So even sasa wakati mnapewa assignments, zoeeni kuto copy paste, zoeeni kufanya, ni vizuri unaelewa, unaandika in your own language kile unaelewa. And even in that context, najua walimu wenu watawaeleza zaidi, it's always good to give a reference, ya mwenye umeput. Ni vizuri kujulikana. You may want to really feel good that, hey, everybody thinks you are this sharp. But ikiwa ni ukweli ya that sharp ni sawa. But kama ni kazi ya mwingine umekopi, woe unto you, because ukipatikana, then that is a disadvantage to you. So we want to say you're welcome to the library. We want to hope that you will be supportive. And I'm just wondering, where are these people coming from? Watu wenu kama wametoka wapi? Usianze hivyo tena, nikuchelewa. Anyway, I think we want to believe you're all over 18, you're adults, you know what you're doing. So all our services in the library are free. We do not charge for any service. Isiwe ya kwamba kuna mtu anasema hapana ulipe ndio kitabu ikuwe reserved or whatever reason. services are free. And if you have to borrow a book to go photocopy, because we don't have a photocopy in the library, you'll be cautioned, especially in the bookshop, because we've just talked of copyright issues. You cannot photocopy too many pages. We need to protect. It's called intellectual property rights. Not again, ukianza kuwa waandishi, maybe some of you already are, or in the arts, you want your work protected. You do not want it, abused left and right. You want to be able to generate an income from it. So let's protect those that have authored these books by observing those not being of of a photocopy, because tunaamini waliandika hivyo, si walitumia akili. What they want is to sell their books. If you must photocopy, why not just walk into a bookshop and buy that kind of a book? So we are saying, we do not charge any fees. We allow a minimum level of photocopy. Na kila tumeona wakati tumekataza hivyo, others now it's getting induced. Unapiga picha, as in don't go overboard. Just be protective. Hata wewe ukianza kupublish na wengine wenu mtafanya hivyo, kwa sababu university inawazaliwa wengi. I know you produce all kind of good products. Mutatu surprise in the future with your good things. In fact, we already have one person. So you come up and meet Lucy. She's a there's a lady who already has a head of state commendation because of having been the best teacher in Kenya. As muko na potential ya mambo mengi sana. So even as you sit, we also cannot afford to underestimate you. We know that you are good and you will go far. Kwa hivyo, kwa vile mnaenenda mbali, basi tuheshimiane, si ndio? So without much ado, I want to say thank you so much. We are still on the go. Wacha tusikie who next.
Applaud for Daktari. I want to believe we've got something that is going to take you through as we continue. Now next we are going to have Madam Asharia Eunice, who is going to take us through matters reader services. Karibu sana madam.
Good morning. Hamjambo. Walimu si tuko na wa Kiswahili pia? Walimu ni Kizungu peke yake? Nataka tuchangamke. Tutakuwa walimu bora, si watoto hata darasa. Tuchangamke, tuulize maswali. Nilikuwa na expect na mwingine atainua mkono au uulize daktari, na hapo sikuelewa umesema nini. Let us be free. Tunataka hizi session zikuwe very interactive. Okay, we don't expect you mtashika kila kitu leo, but kile utaona kimekupita, tafadhali usitoke hapa kama utaelewa. Si mnaona tuko wengi? And this is not a school of education, nje kuna wengine. So if you float today, usipojipata where you are today, especially with the library, si utakuwa umepotea? Si munijibu tu. Tutapotea? Mnaona vile vimejaa hivi, vitabu zetu pia zimejaa hivi. So why we are here today ni tukuonyeshe vile ukienda kwa hiyo maktaba, when you go to that library, how will I be able to pick a certain book? Sisi wote hapa tuna education. Kuna vitabu core za education. inakufungulia njia zote. And now I just want to introduce the reader services that we have in the library. Kwa sababu tuko na services nyingi sana. But before I take you to each and every point, there are some basic things tunafaa kuelewa as we go there. And the first one is, are we all allowed to go to that library? Ninaweza toka hapa na niende niingie hiyo library, hiyo maktaba? Yes. Na kwa sababu nyinyi na wale wako huko nje mnafanana, the librarians, the security are not able to know huyu ni mwanafunzi wetu, huyu ni mwanafunzi wa education, huyu ni mwanakijiji, amepitia hapa akienda kwake. So always, when you are coming to the university, you hapa pia mambo ni mingi. Fracas inaweza potea, na the only thing that can identify us kwa wale wanakuja kuturescue, even me and the other one, ni ID yako, na kama haujapata ID national, kwa sababu wengine hatujafikisha miaka, you are always advised. Unaona hizo leta mnatembea nazo hizo zinaitwa letter of offer. Are we communicating? Siku ile barua uliitwa naye unajua unakuja na kipya. If you have not acquired a national ID, kindly walk with that letter plus your national ID. After you have been registered, nyinyi wote, I'm hoping maybe within a few months, mtakuwa mmepata student ID, ama the university ID, ama the smart card. Tumeelewana? Ndio usipatane hapo nje umeingia library, security anakwambia ujitambulishe, hauna kitu cha kujitambulisha, na hapa hatuvai uniform ya university. So mimi nitapata kiharasio hapo na ninashindwa kukutetea jiota mimi sijui kama wewe ni mwanafunzi. Si ni kweli? Even for your own protection. Utakuwa umekaa na wengine hapo hata mjui kama pia yeye ni Al-Shabaab. Are we together? Always let us walk with our IDs just to identify us. Kwa sababu hata services zote ambazo tutapatiwa huko kwa maktaba itabidi unaulizwa ujitambulishe. And it's not a big deal. Always carry it with you. And remember to keep it very safe. Ndio mwenzako asichukue. Sawa. Atachukua na yeye ingie mahali nayo. Sisemi atafanya hivyo ama aome kitabu nayo. Tutarudi kusema ni huyu na ni yule. Sawa. Kwa hivyo pia hiyo ikipotea ama barua yako ya ofa ikipotea, ni vizuri unaripoti. Sisi tumekuwa na watu wa students hapa na tuna ofisi ya registrar academic. Kitu kama hiyo ikipotea, na ikipotea ndio kwa library, tuko na security wetu hapo penye unafaa kureport any loss and you do it immediately, or even any member of staff wenye mtaona wamekaa katika service points. We are going out to the library. Na tumesema membership. So long as nyinyi wote, naona mkijiandikisha kwa hizi attendance list za leo, make sure you don't leave this hall kama hujajiandikisha. And for you now to come to the library, once you are registered with the university, umelipa fees, umepelekwa hiyo orientation, nyinyi already ni bona fide students. Tukiingia kwa mashini zetu, when we want to serve you, tutapata jina yako. Lakini hata nikipata hiyo jina yako, ninataka uwe na ID, kwa sababu mashine haionyeshi kwamba huyu ni Macharia. See, I also need to verify with your ID ndio zinapelekana. That's why we are insisting always identify yourself. Tushajua how to be a member, we are members already, sisi wote ni bona fide, na tushajua chenye kinatakikana ndio uende kwa hiyo maktaba. As Dr. Paris has told you, when tumesimama tu hapa, pale mbele there is a big building, like on a signage imeandikwa library. Nyuma ya hizi pine trees kwenye ziko pale. As you go to the back or wherever you go, it is always good to know. Sasa nikitoka hapa, nitaenda nipate library imefungwa, imefunguliwa, we shall start operating hours. That library's door is open as early as 8. Ukienda pale, 8 in the morning. We know you carry your bags. Mnatembea na bags zenu. Na hapa ni baridi. I know you are coming with jackets, muffins. As you come to the library, the first station utapata is called the clock room. The clock room here is a place where you can leave your bags, umbrellas. Hatufai kuingia ndani na umbrella, hatufai kuingia ndani na bag zetu, hatufai kuingia na hizi jacket mzito zenye ziko na kofia mingi good. If we can avoid, the better. But siku za baridi ukiingia nayo, be ready. Ukitoka, we shall have to frisk you. The ladies and the gents, as you get out of the library, kuna mtu atakukagua chenye umebeba. Na tukiulizwa tu ukubali kukaguliwa as you get out of the library. But remember, tunaweza kosa kukagua, tuko na surveillance cameras all over. So if you do anything fishy, utakuwa umekuwa captured. Kitu kingine nataka niseme, as you get to the library, because bado tuko kwa entrance, ni what we expect from you. As you get there, kindly, I know you might read there for many hours, don't carry food, don't carry any kind of food kwa library. Usibebe maji, usikuje na hiyo chupa yako ya maji, utawacha pale clock room, ukihitaji kunywa, utarudi ukunywe hapo. As you get to the library, kuja kama simu yako imezimwa, imewekwa silent mode. Because this is a quiet place where everybody wants to study on their own. So simu ikilia huko na ingine ilie huko, tutakuwa tumedisrupt wale wanasoma. Always observe that. As you get there also, we have been told the library is not so big, so it might not accommodate all of us. Let us avoid booking a seat. Unaingia saa 2, unaacha jacket yako ama kalamu zako na vitu zako za kuandikia na unakimbia class kwa sababu class ni 1 hour, unataka urudi ukae hapo. We walk around. Tukipata kiti mtu ameondoka for more than 10 minutes, tutaondoa hiyo whatever you have left there na tupatie mwingine. Lakini hatutaki pia mtu akienda kuomba kitabu kwa counter, wewe uje ukae mahali pake. Tafadhali, to avoid kukosana huko ndani, to avoid kuchukua kitu ya mwingine, to avoid kukaa mahali pa mwingine. Sawa? We are already now in the library. So tushaingia. And the clock room, we have said we expect you to leave the bag there. But as you leave that bag, kindly note that that place is not manned. And by manned, I mean, hakuna mtu wako hapo anaangalia vitu zetu. Si kama pale supermarket, penye utaacha bidhaa zako kwa bag, na urudi expect jamaa mwenye yako hapo atakupatia. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you that ukikuja na hiyo bag pale kwa entrance, make sure umetoa simu yako, make sure umetoa laptop yako, make sure umebeba pasi yako. Tumeelewana hapo? But vitu kama masweta, hakuna mtu atakuibia. Vitu kama umbrella, ikiwa ndani ya bag, hakuna mtu atakufungua na achukue umbrella yako. Hapo tumeelewana? Kindly. We are now getting into the library. Tumeacha bag, tumeacha heavy jacket hapo, tumeishaingia. Wale ambao sasa umeingia na laptop, if you have come with your laptop, you are so many of you, we might have hundreds of laptops there. Moja kichukua ya mwingine hatutajua. Make sure you have registered your laptop. Pale ni kwa entrance kuna counter hapo, even before you get inside of the library. Pale ni kwa mlango wa entrance, penye imeandikwa entrance, utapata registers mbili hapo. One of the registers is for you to register that laptop. And what are you registering? The serial number of your laptop. Sawa? Then we also have a register there of complaints and compliments. Tukiwaserve vizuri. Ukiona umesaidia once you have borrowed a book and you're getting out of the library, ataregister hiyo kitabu yako. Or if you're stranded and you also don't know what to do. Ama vitu kama hizo tumesema umeacha kitu na kimechukuliwa. Those are the people who help us there. Tumeelewana? You're already now in the first desk and we are calling it circulation. The first desk utapata hapo. Walk towards it. Utapata a librarian seated on a computer. That is the person who will be serving you on that counter. And what are you expected to do there? Hapo, as you get to the library, kuna vitabu nyingi mutapata zimewekwa kwa shelves, zenye tunaita open shelves. Na zimetoka A in their classes zikienda mpaka Z. Chukua kitabu hapo yenye unasoma, enda utafute mahali desk haina mtu, kaa ukae ufanye kazi yako, na ukimaliza kusoma hiyo kitabu, remember you have just picked it from the shelves. Haujakuja hapa kwa desk kuiomba, kwa sababu hiyo ni open access. Hapo tuelewane vizuri. Nitapick kitabu from the shelf, maybe ni ya psychology, nimeenda nimekaa kwa reading desk yangu, nimesoma, nimeona hainisaidii sana. Usirudishe hiyo kitabu kwenye ulikuwa umetoa, tafadhali iwache hapo. Umeelewana? Enda pale utapata kitabu ya Kiswahili ama ya literature ama ya education. Enda uchukue kitabu yako, hiyo ndio unataka kusoma saa hiyo. Flip through, ona kama inakusaidia, kama inakusaidia, sit down, use it and leave it there. But kuna mwenye sasa umesoma, ukaona hii kitabu ya oral literature inanisaidia and I want to go with it out of the library. Aidha nikasomee kwa room yangu ama nikasomee kwa green library, because library yetu imesaraundiwa na vitu za kusomea na kuna wifi kila mahali. Sasa ile umeamua unabeba kwenda nayo, hiyo ndio kitabu unatembea nayo, unaenda hapo kwa hiyo counter, kwa this librarian mwenye kuna mashini, aangalie jina yako so that they can lend you that book. Tumeelewana hapo? Usione kitabu imekusaidia ukasahau kwenda kwa librarian uanze kutoka nayo. Utaenda kutoka nayo, the security wetu atakupata, and that will be treated like you're trying to get out of the book out of the library in an authorized manner. Na hiyo iko na faida zake. Actually, as we are here, tutaenda kwa website yetu, tutakuwa tumewawekea the guide to the library. Tutakuwa pia tumewawekea rules and regulations, because we can't exhaust everything here. Tumeelewana? Hapo sasa inakuwa quick reference, unaangalia what is expected, what is the conduct, all those details will be there. Hapo circulation, wewe kama mwanafunzi, hapo sasa penye tunaongea vitabu, unaruhusiwa kubeba vitabu 4 kwenda nazo nje ya maktaba. Na hizo vitabu 4 tunakupatia for attack tunaita long loan, ni wiki 2. Kwa hiyo kitabu, the very first page utafungua, utaona date label yenye imestampiwa, sio hiyo siku yenye umeomba, siku yenye unafaa kurudisha, na tunaiita date due. Hapo tumeelewana? Hiyo date due, kae ukiangalia, ndio by the time inafika ama kabla, urudishe kitabu kwa maktaba. Juu ukichelewa itaanza ku accumulate fines. I will not tell you the details of the fines utapigwa. You'll get them in our rules and regulations. Na tuseme umesoma hiyo kitabu na wiki mbili hujamaliza, you still want to use it, don't just keep it with yourself. Come to the library, fanyiwe kitu inaitwa renewal of that book. Sawa sawa? Tumetoka hapo. The next counter yenye tutapata just within the same area inalingana na kuomba vitabu na kurudisha, inaitwa short loan. Remember tumetoka long loan desk, tumeenda short loan desk ama reserved area for reserved materials. And what do we get from our reserved area? Pale kwa reserved area kuna past papers. Si tumeingia sahi, si tungetaka kuona exam za university zina seti yangu aje, exam za watu wa education, maybe Kiswahili, phonology inasetiwa aje. Are we together? Hapo sasa tunaenda upate back issues ya all those past papers that we have been having, but at the same time we shall also have them in soft or in E. Ukitaka kuangalia hapo tu bado kwa reserve or short loan area, naona vizuri itakuwa labeled. Wakati you shall be presenting, you will be able to see the place I'm talking about. Zile vitabu tumeweka hapo kwa short loan ama reserve area ni vitabu ambazo walimu wenu wameona watatumia kuwafunza. Of course the university is rich, but we can't buy like 3,000 books for all of you. Si ni kweli? So in some areas, and again, vitabu za university, they are very expensive. You might get one book, just one book is over 4,000 because they are not even locally published. Tunazinunuanga kutoka nje. So kama we have 10 copies ya hiyo kitabu particular education, na mwalimu anafunza na anataka hawa wanafunzi wote watumie hiyo kitabu, sisi tukaona the best way ndio ifikie hawa wanafunzi wote, maybe 1,500 na ni vitabu 10, tutaiweka hapo reserve sisi pamoja na walimu wenu, so that kila mtu atapewa kitabu for fair use. And how will I, as a librarian, ensure that that is fair use? You borrow on hourly basis. Hapo kitabu unaomba just for 3 hours. Kumbuka tumesema any service point unaenda, unabeba nini? National ID yako, unaenda ya university bado hamjapewa, and you penye imepigwa muhuri. Sasa hii itapigwa muhuri ya that day. Kama leo si 14, so itapiga kwanza ya 14. After 3 hours inakuwa saa ngapi? Mbieni tu tafadhali. Inakuwa saa ngapi? Saa 6:30. So tumetoka na wewe hapa, umeenda ukaona kitabu mzuri yenye mwalimu amesema kabla wengine wafike. Hapo tukianza kutafuta, tutatafuta nani? Si tutatafuta je? ama micro teaching, kwa sababu mwalimu atakufunza na kwambie nitengenezee lesson plan ya form 4. Wewe uko na kitabu ya form 4, sikiache huko. Sasa nitajua aje nitengeneza lesson plan ya form 4 aje. Are we together? These are books that have been housed there. Utaenda hapo uombe the same way. Another collection that is in that Africana section ni thesis. Thesis zinaandikwa na watu wa masters. I believe all of you here, we have a very good class. Tutamaliza na to enroll hapa masters. Dissertation yenye utafanya ama in simple words, the research work that you have done ndio unaandika na zinawekwa kule, zinaitwa thesis. Pia hapo tuna junior collection, labda hii haiwahusu sana. Pia tuko na biographies and autobiographies in the same Africana area. We also have print periodicals huko. Na periodicals I mean is a magazines ama publications zenye zinatoka institutions zenye tunapatiwa. You will access them there. At the same time, if you want to read today's paper, hapo ndio unaenda. And the requirements, just like all the other sections, always just carry your identifier. Sitarudia hapa identifier, tumesema ni gani. Lakini vitabu za hii section sasa si kama pale reserve. Hizi unaomba, unasomea kwa reading area yao na unarudisha. Tumeelewana? Hata hizo zinaombwa na hours. Hizi pia ni short term. Wacha ni warudishe nyuma kidogo. Pale kwa past papers ama pale kwa reserve area. Nikiona ninataka kwenda na hiyo past paper kusoma nje, nitangojea mpaka ifike jioni saa 2. Hapo utapatiwa kitu tunaitwa overnight loan. Na ikikuwa weekend, Friday tunakupatia kitu tunaita weekend loan. Tunakupatia Friday jioni, Saturdays tunafungua, tuna expect utakuja kuleta. So, ni siku gani za semester ambazo tutapata library yetu kufunguliwa? We operate Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday tunawafungulia 8 na tunafunga at 9. Sawa sawa? Lakini pia sisi tuna operate kama bank, so even lunch hour operations zetu so long as you're in session zinaendelea. Hakuna kusema sisi tunaenda lunch. Hapo tuelewane. The difference now hapa na Africana ni kwamba zile za Africana haziendi overnight loan, haziendi weekend loan. When the semester is on, public holidays zote, library inabaki imefungwa. Saturday zote, library haiendi mpaka usiku, inaenda 8 to 4:45. Sawa sawa? So usikae na kitabu Saturday ukisema itafungwa saa 2. Hapo tumeelewana. Section nyingine imekaribiana sasa na hii Africana, nayo inaitwa archives, makavazi. Tumesikia hiyo jina mahali Nairobi. Ukipotea unaambiwa uende wapi? Hapo Hilton ama karibu na National Archives, si ndio? Archives hapa ni nini? Hapa tunaongea about records that were created earlier but zinatumika hata kama they are not current, they are old. We have bound newspapers zenye tumebind since the library, since the university ilipoanza, way back before you guys were born in the 90s. Tunaziweka standard ya mwezi moja from the first to 30th to 31st, tunaibind inakuwa volume moja. Nation, tuko na Business Daily pale, watu wa Kiswahili tuko na Taifa Leo, na tuko na East African na Business Daily. So usikose kuji-entertain ama kusoma, there's everything there. Na gazeti ya jana hautaenda kuipata sasa, kule nilikuwa nimesema Africana. Ikifika one day late inapelekwa wapi? Hapo archives. So you can borrow. Hapo we don't limit the hours. chukua kigazeti chako usome kabisa. Please come with your identifier, kuna register tutakuweka hapo, usome chenye unasoma, lakini usikate. Hata ukitamani kitu sana usikate, tuulize, tutakwambia what to do. Sawa sawa? I'm almost finishing. Tumesema wifi yetu, library yetu iko na wifi. In case upate section yenye uko saa hiyo haina wifi, nje ya library or what we call it the green library imejaa wifi, so you can get everything that you want. This is not the end. This is just the theory part of it. As we get to the end of this, tungewapeleka kuone hapa tumesema Africana ni wapi, hapa tumesema circulation ni wapi, lakini hatutaweza kwa sababu ya muda na namba zenu hamwezi toshea huko. So tutakuwa na presentation tukimalizana na haya. Any question? Thank you. Tupatane baadaye.
Can you say hi to whoever is seated next to you? And information is power. Be empowered. Don't just sit close to somebody you don't even know. Muulize kama ni kunywa chai asubuhi, kama nilala vizuri, au kama amefurahia, kama amesikia kitu. Yeah, that is good. Here I have a 90 for Francis Ombori Nyalumba. Is Francis in the house? Francis Ombori? Francis Ombori? Does somebody know him? Anyway, we'll find it somehow. So next, let us continue hearing how we can access the library. And therefore we are going to have the next librarian who will speak to us about how to access material within the library, and that is Nancy Lucha. Karibu. Are we all registered with the library? Is there somebody who hasn't registered so that we can get to you? With the library form. We have had 2 forms going around, one for the Dean of Students and another one for the library. Is there somebody who hasn't registered with us? Just raise your hand higher so that we can see you. Please. Yes, make sure that the librarian gets to you. Laikipia University. Mwenye ameingia aniambie.
You have to know 3 things, or at least 1. But you should know something. Because I've said a catalog directs you to where a book is on the shelf, relative location of that book on the shelf. Now, every book has 3 identities, or what I would call access points. A book has an author. A book has been written by somebody, isn't it? Si kitabu imeandikwa na mtu. Yes. Then every book has a title. Every book has a title. Like I have a book here. I have a book here with the title Effective Communication and Public Speaking. That is a title of this book. And a book also relates to a given subject area. See, it's true. See, kila kitabu relates to a given subject area. Hello? Yes. So there are three things: author of that book, title of the book, and the subject. So every book has three of those. Good. Now, in our catalog, we have a divided catalog. That is author, stroke, title, catalog, and we also have a subject catalog as a standalone catalog. Author and subject catalog are intertwined. Okay, what happens is that when you will visit the library so that you can be in contact with that catalog, and I've seen every book has an author, title, and a subject, then it means that every book has three cards. One card for the author, another one for the title, yet the third one is for the subject. Are you getting it? This is a sample that you will get in your website we use this book. So you can access it using effective communication and public speaking. Or you can access this book in our catalog using the author, which is S.K. Mandaru, or communication. Now, if you have man of the people, another one no longer is, another one they travel with Nigeria, another one, you people, I am Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Which ones do you know of Ngugi wa Thiong'o? What were you reading in high school? Which one? Same books. Okay, you are not people. Okay, now, if you want to access Things Fall Apart in our catalog, you will go under T, because the catalog is arranged dictionary-wise, A to Z, and letter by letter. Meaning, if there is a title like Things Fall Apart, then there is another title, Taxation in Kenya. Now, because the cards are intertwined, which one will come first? Between Things Fall Apart and Taxation in Kenya? Good, taxation. Because A comes before H. Good. Now, just the way you locate a word in the dictionary, the same you will use here. But now, in the case of an author catalog, you have to know the surname of the author. Okay? So, One person will identify this book using the title Things Fall Apart. Another one, Achebe Chinua. The other one, under African literature as a subject. Are we there? Yes. Just like that. Very easy. Then, the moment you get that, because I talked of cards, every book has 3 cards. On the top left corner of every card is something we call a call number. A call number. Like this one, written on the spine of the book. Like this one is P 91.25.M3. That is now the roadmap, the call number. Because we have classes, information materials are classified according to the subject area. Now, like this one, the main class is class P. Class P is for all languages. P as the main class. Now, within the main class, class P, there are some sub-classes. You will get PE, PA, PC, EVO. Are you getting it? So that we have English book and French book. Are you getting it? But now on our shelves, there are 5.F3. You go to a shelf with the label P. You don't go to Q. Q will take you to pure sciences. Neither should you go to R or L for education books. Am I clear? Here corner of every card there is that call number. So we will write that call number amongst our shelves. And you be attentive to this, because without knowing how to locate books, you will get stranded. And normally we say that we don't have books. We are enabled. Our library is enabled with the information resources and the staff. These people that you see here, they will always help you. They are enabled as well, ready for you. We will always help you. Please. And I've said, make reading a habit. Make reading a habit. Lifelong reading. Is there any question? See, that's why we are here. The main purpose for being here is, hello? I hope I'm not boring you. This is the main purpose. Hello? Academics. So that when you will be graduating, you leave here better than you came. You read. We are user-centric. User-centric. We are very much concerned about you. Otherwise, it gladdens my heart that you are here. Welcome to Laikipia University, and in particular, library.
Thank you very much, all of you. You've been seated there for about 2 hours. So we are very grateful. We have come to the end of our session with you. But I want to remind you one thing. Yes, as a mother, I want to believe all of us have heard the story of one man in the Bible called Peter. Peter, who walked on the water with Christ. Have you heard about him? Yes, that is the only character on earth whom we can really say he walked on water. We hear that he walked on water alongside with Christ. But that was a very courageous step that Peter did. But unfortunately, he didn't go far with Christ on that water. He started sinking. Now the question becomes, what really happened that he didn't really continue walking on that walk? The problem was not focusing on Christ. He stopped focusing on Christ. And two, he started hearing the voices. One of the voices was the waves of the water. He started concentrating on the waves of the water. He started hearing the voices of those guys who were in the boat, because they were also shocked. They were wondering, Peter, is it really true that you're walking on that water? You will sink. Come back to the boat. We are safer this time than you who is in the water. You are not Christ. In short, what are we telling one another today? You have come to Laikipia focused. Your parents have talked to you. Your guardians have talked to you. Every other person who is coming up here is talking to you on how you will best stay here, on how you will best get out of this university a successful person. Kindly don't miss your focus. There are a lot of noises in Laikipia University and any other university for that matter. Even here, we've just been having a lot of noise. I've seen people with a lot of noise. Your phone is noise. The lecturer will be teaching, you are on your phone. It is the worst noise that you can ever have. And many other noises. I'll leave it to the dean. I know she will deal with it. So thank you so much. We shall let you go. But kindly remember that we were supposed to have a tour with you within the library. But because of the numbers, we decided to do a short tour video. We have done a short tour video which will be running on YouTube and on Facebook. So I think that will occupy your minds tomorrow, because I know tomorrow we will not have any orientation within the university. Kindly visit YouTube, kindly visit Facebook, and watch the tour to the library, which will help even just have a hint of what is expected of you or where you will be going as a library. And another thing I would want to inform you is that we are in our own library the other side, but the university has put up a very special library just here. How many of you have know where the VC sits? Anybody who has visited knows where the VC sits on this compound? The registrar, not registrar academic, but registrar administration. The building is here, senior. The building is just here. Up there is our upcoming library. So be informed. Do we have anybody with a question, a burning question? Any question? Sawa sawa. We shall continue having you, even with your questions as they come. The library is open for you anytime, beginning now.
what we needed is just the call number. That's why he was talking of. You want to get the code or the call number, because it's a call number that will take you to the shelves. Because remember, even the 3 cards, actually they have the same number. If you use the order, it has the same number with the title and the class. So basically it's just the class number. You don't have to grab these things. That's why you have to go to the catalog. Otherwise, I think we can proceed with the video so that our time is done. I hope there's no other burning questions. Others will be handled in due course as you visit us. And in any case, it is also enhancing clarification, so that it will help you be able to actually see the actual things. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Dennis Kim, University Librarian, and together with my team, we are glad to host you for the library tour, virtual tour, and in this current library. And I call it current because we will soon be shifting to our new library, which is more spacious. We've been in this space for the last 33 years since the university was since we started operations. First of all, it was a campus, and now it is a university. So we are glad to have you take a look at the services that we offer, and they are diverse of them. And there are many reasons why we want to visit the library. Of course, chief among them is to build on the knowledge and the program that you are pursuing. You may also want to visit the library if you are pursuing a hobby or a science, you want to develop a science skill, or want to develop medicine, so in all these things, we wish to assure you that we have some resources that are adequate, to meet their information needs. We may also want to visit the library. We may also want to visit the library just for leisure and for entertainment. If you're stressed, you may want a place where you can unwind, where you can release your stresses. And one of the best, surest way to release your stress is reading a good book. It's very therapeutic, and these are some of the reasons that people want to come to the library. And of course, we have diverse resources. We have diverse services for you can within. We have a whole array of services that we offer to one another, and especially the resources that you're using. We want to encourage you that, as much as we offer our services free of charge, we want you to be careful that you are not infringing any of our rules. We wish that you maintain silence, and we also wish that, and of course, we also insist that laptops must be used as we also think as we as our service together, we don't allow educators and our hosts we don't allow to produce our work. Because we don't know the constitution and the number of rating students who are this, and of course this is the students that class with the scenarios information, which is there's also we have classes that are very strict on it is a room, it's like your laptop, it's like room, like here, you will have your learning done. Things like room, our clock room is not manned. This is where we leave our bags as they come in.
supposed to leave your umbrella, things like your heavy jackets, but we advise you kindly, as you leave the bags here, do not leave any valuables here. And by valuables, I mean things like your laptop, your phone, your school. As you enter the library, you're always reminded to observe silence. Make sure your phone is on silent mode. Make sure that you do not answer the phone while you are in the library. Our second station, as you come here, is the circulation desk. Circulation desk or issue desk is where we lend materials that are used outside any unauthorized material. Our next station, as you get to the library, is a display rack. The display rack has all the new items that have been processed in the library. We display them here for 1 week as they are waiting to go to their various stations. It could be the open shelf, it could be in Africana or other areas. So as you come to the library, you can just try and see what we have in our display rack. And the next stop is our public catalog. The public catalog is supposed to tell you where and how to locate the materials that you require or that you shall use within the library. And remember, as we have told you earlier in the lecture theatre there, that we have both, starting with the print resources catalog and resource catalog. Welcome.
Thank you. This is the public catalog. The public catalog is where you can see details of a book or any information catalog that has other title catalog or the subject catalog. And the other title catalog, the cards are interfaced together and they are arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z. Then here we have the subject catalog, where they are arranged according to the alphabetical order from A to Z. If you want to access any information material, either by order, you come to this catalog. Then you start the information material starting from the order, the surname of the order. Then there is a sample of the catalog card. Here it is. And when you have an sample, you see that there is a call number that you require using this unique identifier that is called the call number. The same way, when you want to locate information, subject catalog, when you want to note somewhere, the call number, you can use it.
You have the common public access catalog, that is a part, and you can also access it using a computer. The other method you are shown using the card catalogs. Now you can use our computer to search the public catalog. Now, when you have
virtual tour and in this current library, and I call it current because we will soon be shifting to our new library, which is more spacious. We've been in this space for the last 33 years since the university was, since we started operations, first of all as a campus of Egerton University, and now even as a chartered university. So we are glad to have you take a look at the services that we offer, and there are diverse of them. And there are many reasons why you may want to visit the library. Of course, chief among them is to build on your knowledge on the program that you are pursuing. You may also want to visit the library if you are pursuing a hobby or a side, you want to develop a side skill, or you want to develop yourselves in those regards. So in all these things, we wish to assure you that we have sufficient resources that are adequate, to meet your information needs. You may also want to visit the library. Just for leisure and for entertainment. If you are stressed, you may want a place where you can unwind, where you may release your stresses. And one of the best, surest way to release your stress is reading a good book. It's very therapeutic, and these are some of the reasons that you may want to come to the library. And of course, we have diverse resources. You know, we have diverse services, borrowing. You can read from within. You know, we have a whole array of services that we offer. And in all these things, all that we ask is that you be cautious as you pursue your studies. You take care of yourself, and you also take care of respect one another, and especially in the resources that you are using. We'd want to encourage you that, you know, as much as we offer our services free of charge, you know, we'd want you to be careful that you are not infringing on any of our rules. We would wish that you maintain silence. We would also wish that you maintain security of your properties, the laptops, your smartphones, and of course we also insist that laptops must be registered at the gate. And as you come in, we are also saying, as free as our services are, we do not allow you to take snaps of our documents. We do not allow you to print our documents. You know, we also do a lot of limitation on the number of pages that you may do photocopies. And of course, this is for the simple reason that, you know, it's good to respect intellectual property rights, and we have copyrights that guard the resources that we have. Information resources are protected under the Copyright Act. And indeed, there's also, universities have also become very strict on matters plagiarism. This is where you copy somebody else's works and you want to claim they are yours. You know, the universities worldwide are becoming very much more strict on these issues. And in fact, there are dire consequences on this kind of work. Plagiarism, it's actually called plagiarism when you copy paste other people's works and purport them to be yours. So we encourage every quotation, because it's okay to quote. After all, that's how we build our knowledge. It's okay to quote, but always make sure that you're acknowledging the sources that you're quoting from. So basically, we are glad to have you in the library. And our motto as librarians, you know, our association, Kenya Library Association, we normally say, kuuliza si ujinga. So if you're stranded, or if you wish to have assistance, we'd encourage you to get on, to be bold, and go for that, you know, ask for that assistance, because we have our librarians are all highly qualified and equal to the task. You know, they'll be able to assist you every step of the way. And we would want to assure you that as long as you're in Laikipia University, your information needs are well taken care of. So do not have any excuse not to pass your exams, not to pursue a second skill, because as you know, in the current technological age, you need to hone up your skills you need to hone up your skills in as many ways as possible. So we have all this diversity of resources, e-format, in print format, for which you are welcome to access. Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much, and karibu to Laikipia University, and of course to the library over and over again. Thank you.
Welcome to Laikipia University. We are excited to have you during this period of your study at Laikipia. You will have your learning done here, and you'll have your scholarly work from the library. The library gives you a conducive environment because it is a silent place where you can do your learning without any disruptions.
Welcome to our physical tour of the library. The first station where we are right now is our clock room. Our clock room is not manned. This is where we leave our bags as they come in. This is where you're supposed to leave your umbrella, things like your heavy jackets. But we advise you kindly, as you leave the bags here, do not leave any valuables here. And by valuables, I mean things like your laptop, your phone, your school ID. It is a valuable gadget for you throughout your studies. And always remember, as I have said again, this place is not manned, so just be warned. And anytime you're visiting the library, make sure you have carried along with you your identifier. And by this I mean your student's ID. For you first years, I know we will not have given you the IDs. Kindly remember to carry your national ID for those who have, and for those who do not have, kindly, the letter of admission, that letter that you're moving around with to show you that you have been admitted in the university, is your identifier. So as you get to the library, the laptop you have carried along with you, always remember to register it with our security personnel and with our circulation personnel. What is your school ID with them? Now we have two books here. Laptop registration book. Do you know your laptop? See your number? As you enter the library, you're always reminded to observe silence. Make sure your phone is on silent mode. Make sure that you do not answer the phone while you are in the library. Our second station, as you come here, is the circulation desk. Circulation desk or issue desk is where we lend materials that are used outside the library and return them at the same time, at the same desk. What you're required at the circulation desk is your ID for all our users. Whether students or staff, you're supposed to always identify yourself. You give it to our staff who will issue you with the materials that you require. The materials that you have borrowed from this counter, we encourage you to go out with them and read them out there. But if you intend to be in the library and read from here, make sure as you go out that material is recorded at our security desk. Our security desk at any one time might ask you to identify yourself. They might also want to see what you are carrying so that they are sure that you're not carrying any unauthorized material. Our next station, as you get to the library, is a display rack. The display rack has all the new items that have been processed in the library. We display them here for 1 week as they are waiting to go to their various stations. It could be the open shelf, it could be in Africana or other areas. So as you come to the library, you can just try and see what we have in our display rack. And the next stop is our public catalog. The public catalog is supposed to tell you where and how to locate the materials that you require or that you shall use within the library. And remember, as we have told you earlier in the lecture theater there, that we have both print resources and we have e-resources. For us to start, we are starting with the print resources catalog, then we shall take you to the e-resource catalog. Welcome.
Thank you. This is the public catalog. The public catalog is where you can locate a book, either using an author, title, or the subject. And the catalog is the bibliographic details of a book or any information material. You can access using the author or the title. Here in our catalog, we have the catalog that has author title catalog or the subject catalog. And the author title catalog, the cards are interfaced together and they are arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z. Then here we have the subject catalog. Here they are arranged according to the alphabetical order from A to Z. If you want to access any information material, either by author, you come to this catalog. Then you start the information material starting from the author, the surname of the author. Then there is a sample of the catalog card. Here it is. And when you have an sample, you see that there is a call number on your left-hand side. which you'll be using to locate any information material in the shelf. So you start with the surname, like this Mandan SK, then you'll go to the shelf and then you'll get the information material that you require using this unique identifier that is called the call number. The same way, when you want to locate information material using the title, you come to the title catalog, then you search whatever you want using the title, then you go to the shelf using the call number to locate the information material. Or you can use even the subject catalog. When you want to locate any information material, you use the subject of your choice. Then you take it and note somewhere the call number, you use it to locate in the shelf. The call number is arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z.
You have the online public access catalog that is a part, and you can also access it using a computer. The other method you are shown using the card catalogs. Now you can use our computer to search the public catalog. Now, when you want to access the books for online catalog, those are the e-resources. You go to Columbia University. We have a library tab and another drop tab of public access catalog. You click on it. When you click on it, you search the books of Bob Wajamo, and then you get so many books of Bob Wajamo. You get a particular book you wanted. When you get that book, you click on it, and then it will give you information about the books. It will show you where the book is currently in the library, whether it's borrowed or whether it's available. It will also give you a call number of that book, and it will help you to get that call number and light it somewhere, and then get on the shelf and get the book you want.
Welcome to Laikipia University Reference and Information Service Desk. The main purpose of this desk is to ensure that users get the information that they need. The Reference and Information Service Desk receive two types of queries, that is questions. We have long-range queries and we have short-range queries. Long-range queries is that type of a query that takes a longer time to get the information because it involves what we call literature search. So when a student comes with the media and assignment, and it is a long-range query, we will give a student a form to fill. We take the user profile, the details, admission number, the phone number, the name, and the type of information that is needed. Then after that, we will ask for a deadline. The user will give us the deadline when this information is supposed to be given to him or her. Then we will go and look for various sources of information. that will enable a user to answer his or her questions. Another thing about this desk also, we give users an opportunity to search for books on their own. That is, we also educate them on how to use retrieval tools like library catalog, so that at least on their own, they can get those books in our library collection. Again, we do what we call user survey, because actually we want to know whether our users are normally
we are here for you and we want to help you. You know, we want to be able to assist you in your academic journey. Unaanza sasa na wengine mtaenda mbali. Na wangapi wanataka kuwa professors? Wow, Mungu. It's very easy to change your mind along the way because utaanza kuona hii safari hii inachosha kiasi. But if you interact with us, because remember academic investments, you want to understand all that. Anyhow, I've taken so much time on that, but I hope there are no more people out there. I've given you enough time to walk up here. Please, I can still see people seated out there. Yani, mnaanza kudefy sheria mapema iko wapi? Why should people insist on sitting out there? The fresh air or what? Kama kuna health issues, maybe, wacha nikubali. But I think that is not right. Librarians, please, librarians, do not register anybody from out there. If they want to register, they can register from inside here, so that they are one team. So anyhow, mnaelewa what a library is, sindio? You all had libraries. Haijalishi ilikuwa inakaaje in your school. Na hata kama si shule, I'm sure you've interacted in a library one place or the other, sindio? Munijibu. Okay. You've interacted with the library, and I don't know why you went to the library when you went to, but for us, we have three main reasons why we want to, why we want to come to the library. And a library basically means a collection of books. In this case, they could be print books. Yeah, that's the traditional meaning. But these days we also have lots of e-resources. We call them either e-books or e-journals. So we also have lots of them. And basically for us, in fact the e-books are more than the print books that we have. So that's basically what we mean by the library. And of course, we are here, we are meant to be here so that we are able to give the academics, the requisite support, the requisite, frame to be able to operate, so that because walimu peke yao, without the provision of the library, pia mnaweza kutosaidika. You need the library as a reading space to access books and information and other information resources, to build on your academics and on the lecture notes. You may also want to come to the library to build on your side hustles, like you're saying. Maybe you want to pursue information and knowledge on a different line altogether. The library is a good place for that, especially those in School of Business and in Economics. Of course, in fact, almost 100%, I know pursue other courses, especially in accounts and in other programs. And of course, if you're in science, programs in computers are mandatory. You pursue all these different programs and courses. And even in HDS, you may want to build your skills in different ways. So the library becomes a good place to build up those skills. And of course, as you build your capacities, whether in academics or in your other skills, library is also a good place to relax. How many of you have been to a public library? That's nice, that's nice. As in, especially there are public libraries, especially the modern ones, where they even have that ambience, ya relaxed, ya kwamba badala ya uende kwa pub, or you go to another place, or a park, even a library becomes a very good place. So you can come, relax in the library, you get a good book, unwind, and have your mind refocused, especially if you are still groping in the dark. And I don't blame you. I made up jumping from this program to that program. Okay, the driving motivation should, because that's where you feel driven to. Don't do it because of your friends. Don't do it because you've been told that that's a line to pursue. Sasa ukiambia ufanye accounts na hauna hiyo interest, si umejiangusha. So just do something that you know, as in have a focus to your 40 years ahead, or even as long as God wants you to be alive, so that you are not wasting time. Tunasikia wengine wanasoma madegree kwa sababu mzazi ameinsist. Una waste a whole 4 years, ukigraduate, unamwambia degree ni yake, and you get into your different line. So why not just get those skills around? Zinaitangwa nini? Communication skills, counseling skills, so that unaweza keti tena na mzazi, ukubali kumsikiza, so that you are not wasting finances, don't waste resources, don't waste your years, so that you are building yourself. It's a process of building ourselves. Usikubali kujiwaste or to waste your parents. Just be, just settle down. And I think I will not be belaboring, but because I told the other group, I was telling them it is important to be organized from the one go, because this kind of environment inaweza kukubeba, as in inaweza okay, it may build you, but it may also destroy you. And maybe not even now, but inawezekana ya kwamba your life you may not enjoy longevity. because of ukiingia tabia fulani at such an age. So I was telling them, nilikuwa nakumbuka wakati niliwachukua those early years, our early years. Wengi kuna wenye hatuwezi sema tena ni wengi vile sisi wengi na survive bado tuko around, and there are many others, but we've lost many who have died, and we know that when God calls us, it's for different reasons. An accident, an illness, but when you are dying because of a reckless life that you are living, it is not right. When you die because it didn't matter what you ate, it didn't matter who you slept with, it didn't matter what you drank, it is not right. Sindio? So from the one go, if you have a foundation, especially for those that are in church, if you have a foundation in that, to see the round, don't see season ya kudharau where you come from, see season ya despise your church, see season ya despise, I know they are Muslims, whatever faith, whatever calling, I mean whatever path your parents have helped you to believe in. Be consistent in that, because we want it would be good to meet you, if God allows, in 20 years when you're already building your life, building a career, making a difference in the nation, and not calling us for fundraisings for reasons, for things that you could have avoided. So that one has been said by many people, but the more we say it, the better. So that when you secure, asikie. Because that's what the Spirit, as He said, says to them. Because we hear here, Najua most of you are churchgoers. That's what the Spirit says to them. Amen. Because no matter what, as much as I know there are Muslims, hatuwezi kosa more than 50% of Christians who understand that. But pia Waislamu pia wana heshima zao. Sindio, I don't think there is anything else beyond. Kuna Waislamu na Wakristo, kuna wengine kina nani nisiwa despise Mungu. Wengine ni nani? Part traditionalists are even more serious than the Christians or the Muslims. Mungu, the traditionalists, that is even more serious. So anyway, so you are saying that when you come to the library, it's basically for those three main reasons: to build yourself, academic and catering, etc. But as we saw the academic menu, as in books, because we have books in every program, but nonetheless, we are very heavily customer-oriented. So we value customer relations, and as in both ways. As much as we want to please you, we also want you to please us. So in other words, we want to encourage you to know that library si mahali pa kuogopa, si mahali pa kuavoidiwa, but rather it's a place that you can interact with. It's a place that can help you to develop yourself, and it's a place it's a place that can help you make all the difference in your life. Indeed, we are saying you have no excuse whatsoever not to do any of your exams because of matters information. Wengine mambo ingine, kwa sababu usiwahi sema ulikosa notes, na ikianishi mwalimu wenu ameamua koje. Because once you decide you want to do chemistry, mwalimu wawe mzuri, asiwe mzuri, si umeamua unataka kusoma hiyo chemistry, basi kuja library, si unajua kuko na hizo units, unajua what is expected for you to understand, so that you are able to also make and expose your mind even to those expectations of those fields. So you'll discover we have many librarians. Wote wenye wanazungusha the sign-in sheets are librarians. We have others here. We have others in the department because we offer diverse services. Because of those of the fact that we have several service points, that is where we are looking. But we want to assure you that we are well equipped to give you these services, even such as you may require from time to time. We continue to librarians, we give you the different things that happen. have services like lending and receiving, we have shopping, resource center, which is also called a digital library. We have newspapers and periodicals, website services, archives. Services. And by the way, our library is the right opposite Vision 2030. It's a building out there. I'm sure you've seen it, but we are soon shifting from that building because it's a small building compared to the new library where we hope to be very soon. So as we relocate, we are relocating in the same services. But we are likely to introduce new services that we could not accommodate there. For example, the trend these days with most classes is that you have academic discussions and things like that. I know the university provides for those places, but sometimes it gets too cold and you want to get into a covered environment. So the library should be able to facilitate that. Once we move to the new library, should the building permit, we are also still trying to navigate those spaces. So in other words, your academics are well taken care of, even in Laikipia University. The concern for all is that you do well and that you be helped to achieve your dreams, you be helped to achieve your desires for higher heights. And so, I'll say the only unfortunate bit is that we will not be able to take you for a physical tour now to the library. In the past, we've had challenges. Of course, challenges mainly include the fact that it gets congested and therefore it gets stuffy, becoming very uncomfortable. Because remember, you're also standing and moving about, waiting in the queues. So we decided to do a virtual tour of the library, which we shall once we are done. And I'm still curious. I still don't think I understand why people want to remain outside. I think that is a mistake. Wanaogopa ama kuna sababu nzuri, na kama wanaogopa, wanaogopa. Kuna mtu anaweza kunijibu from here. Najua hauko huko, but maybe you have an answer why somebody would want to be a backbencher. Kwa sababu hata siwajui, mtu anajificha nini? Kuna mtu anataka kutuambia. Most of these resources, or much of this information, let's just talk of general. There's a lot of vagueness. You never know which information is authentic. And so if you are trying to learn, it's best to learn with information resources that are proven. And that's why we take the trouble to buy e-books and e-journals. So as we want to assure you that books subscribed by the library or paid for by the library are from reputable publishers and they can be trusted. Because what happens, because as much as most of us are in social media, you can never trust the information 100%. It's a lot of vagueness and a lot of untrustworthy information. Whether it's it's even in the academia. So it's good to avoid just accessing information for the sake of accessing. If you can use verified information resources, the better. And that is why we encourage every one of us to be consistent and to be connected to our e-resources. And as much as we are saying this, the problem with e-resources, it's so easy to copy and paste. But we want to discourage us from doing that. We wish, ukisoma kitu, even if it's an assignment, you put it in your own words. Because it's good to learn to just, after all, that's why you are here. You may make it in Hong Kong, you have your mind. Especially, should it be a document that is visible globally, projects and things like that. So from the word go, the training ni kujizoesha. Kabla utafike pale, kujizoeshe kufanya your own masomo yako mwenyewe. Unasoma ya mtu kweli kwa sababu after all hiyo ndio masomo unasoma vile wengine wamefanya, but if you are doing an assignment, you replace it to your language, and if you must quote, then you are also giving the source of the information. So this is what we call to avoid all that. And we also say we are also cautioning you from unnecessary photocopying of books because they are protected by copyrights. And most of you will be authors at some day if you have not started, and you want your output, your products to be protected. So just begin by learning to protect other people's outputs. And we are also saying that our services are all free. We do not charge for our services. Our services are free, except when, of course, you are late, and then it becomes a fine. We charge fines and not fees. Fines when it's an overdue book or when you have defaulted one way or the other. But that is not our main mandate. Our main mandate is to support you, is to ensure that you are accessing information. And bado sijatosheka na watu wenye wako huko nje. Could they be the Tibet? Hebu tuone Tibet ndani hapa. Tibet ndani, at least mumeongezeka, hata kama sikuona mkiingia. Tibet tena? Tafadhali inueni mikono 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are still 100. And there are over 200 of you. Anyway, we pray. We pray that you will catch up. Because wengine hata kama umechagua kwenda kufanya Tibet, maybe you still want to get into a degree. Of course, Tibet is hyped now because of the entrepreneurial aspect, but you nonetheless, kuna vitabu zenu, library zenye zitawasaidia, na tuko hapa pia kuwasaidia. So, and we've also said that we are a customer-friendly department. We encourage you to interact with us in different ways. Ask your questions. And I don't know whether our school librarians are here now. They are still out there. Anyway, they are. But we have our Tibet librarian, Mr. Sa. I saw you called yourself Ochieng. We know you as Odongo. Anyway, Isaac is our Tibet librarian. So we have Momemwana. So we have a librarian for HGS. We also have a librarian for science and School of Business and Economics. But wako kule nje. Kama hapo kuna mtu wa business. So mtawajua tu as we go on. So meanwhile, I'll ask the in-charge readers to take you for the next session. So we want to do as much orientation as we can from here. And that's why I was actually insisting watu waingie library. Kind of ambition. Si kwa ubaya, hatuna ubaya. Nataka tu kuwasaidia, kusaidike kwa ajili ya safari ya the 4 years. Sindio? Or even beyond the 4 years. So karibu, communities, in-charge readers, and also librarian, School of Education, shatoka. So thank you. Tunaendelea pamoja.
tunatumia zote ni ya taifa. Sasa, so why are we here? Why am I here? Tunataka tujitafute. Where do we start from here? Unaona vile tulivyojaa hii report. You can see as many as we had. And there was another exception for education. That's the same way our library is. So from here, how are you expected to know the book that you're going to use? You might know the book, yes. How do you locate it from the library? Chances are happy. That's why we're here to guide you. Na tuanze na nyinyi kwa sababu anybody who will be left behind, if you don't know your way to the library, utakuwa na stress mingi sana. Because you have so many, you'll be coming to the library, unataka uangushe vitabu zote, ukitafuta ile unataka na hujui utaanza wapi. So you waste a lot of time, unatafuta hii, unatafuta siri ya kumi. Tutajuana aje? Always carry your ID. For those who have acquired national IDs, tembea tafadhali. Hii ni university. Anything inaweza tokea, hata rapture. Askari waingie hapa. Utajitambulisha aje? Utaanza kuwa convinced wewe ni mwanafunzi aje? Utakuwa ushagongwa. The first thing tunagoanga unakaa kutembea kufanya hivi, si ndio? So kama hauna, who will know you are a student or not? Si utakomo? I'm not scaring you. I'm saying we always carry our IDs tukiwa hapa university. Wale wamepata national, wale hawajapata na hata hawa wako na hizo national, kuna hizo barua umepatiwa za letter of offer or admission letters. Ziko nazo? Zile tumetembea nazo. Tukumbuke forms zingine kuna pale tunaenda tunaiacha, tunaacha. But ile letter of offer yenye ulikubali, hiyo barua tafadhali usitupe. Na ukiona itakosea, make a photocopy, keep the original, move with the photocopy. Tuko sawa hapo? Tutachukua muda kabla mjapatiwa the smart ID or the smart card yenu ya identify a student. So before you get that, tutembee na identifiers zetu. Kwa sababu tutapata huduma in any of the offices or even in the library various stations bila kuji-identify. Tuko hapo sawa? Are we okay there? Na tumesema wale kama tusiwe na wasiwasi, tukuje na hiyo letter of offer. What else makes us members of that library? Vile hizo zingine, we are already bona fide students or bona fide users kwa library, kwa hiyo maktaba. So long as unapoenda kuingia pale, the security guy there, the librarian there, if they ask you to identify yourself, just comply. Just show your letter of offer, just show the ID that you have. Tumesonga, tunaendelea kwa building. Tumefika sasa pale kwa building. What do you get? Ukifika kwa mlango ya hiyo maktaba, ya hiyo library, access. Tutaingia aje? Tumesema tusisahau our identifier. Sawa? And as you're coming there, unaona vile tumevaa? Leo tani bahati ya kuna baridi. Siku ingine itakuwa baridi, tuko na majacket, tuko na makofia, tuko na kila kitu. Na labda umebeba bag yako, umebeba pia vitabu zako zenye unakuja kutumia. The first room that you will get to there inaitwa clock room. Clock room ni kama ile room unaonanga kwa supermarket. That's where we expect you to leave that bag that you're carrying along with you. Kwa hiyo bag, usiache your valuables. Valuables zako hapa ni and there will be a librarian circulation there. Any of those guys will assist you on how to register your laptop, and by this I only mean the serial number of the laptop and your details. Hapa tuko sawa. There is also another register there. Tukiwa sawa vizuri, ukiona you're okay, kindly compliment us. Just write something good there. And ukiona tumekupeleka vibaya and you are dissatisfied, get to a librarian, umpatie complaints zako. Ukiona haupati na haujui how to go about it, still drop it hapo kwa compliments complaint register. Tukiangalia tusha be able to locate shida yako ni nini na hata mahali uko. Tushaingia sasa. Sawa sawa? Hapo penye tu kuna register hiyo laptop. Ukiangalia on your right kutakuwa na security desk yetu. Security desk yetu iko na watu wawili ama mmoja, a lady and a man. Ukishaingia she ako anaweza kukuuliza ukiidentify hivyo tu, sio ati amekushuku, lakini anaweza kwambia kindly just identify yourself. It might not be every day, but mwingine atakwambia ukiidentify. Don't feel bad. Toa ID yako ukiidentify. Na wakati umeomba kitabu, although I'm getting to this, wakati umeomba kitabu ukaambiwa unaweza toka nacho, the same security person, the same desk.
You need to hone up your skills in all, you need to hone up your skills in as many ways as possible. So we have all this diversity of resources, e-format, in print format, for which you are welcome to access. Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much, and karibu to Laikipia University, and of course to the library over and over again. Thank you.
Welcome to Laikipia University. We are excited to have you during this period.
Na ile kitabu tunataka kuomba kutoka nayo na kurudisha pia.
You have your learning done here.
As you are there, as your students now, check your library. Tunataka kuomba kitabu. Tunaweza omba kitabu
The
ngapi?
library gives you a conducive environment.
We are all entitled to 4 books.
It is a silent place.
Za kutoka nazo library. Na hiyo tunaita long loan. Na hiyo long loan we give you for 2 weeks. Na ndio ujue ikibidi zitaisha aje, when you borrow that book from that person, atapiga stamp kwa kitabu, the textbook you have taken or the first one you have taken, atapiga stamp hapo na ataandika date due.
Things like your heavy jacket.
The date due is 2 weeks from now,
Kindly.
2 weeks from today.
As you leave the bags here, do not leave the valuables here. And by valuables, things like your laptop,
20
phone,
28.
your school ID.
So, we expect kwa ile textbook ya economics kuchukua iwe imeandikwa date ya leo, inakuwa imestampiwa na imeandikwa 28. Tuchunge sana kwa sababu ukipitisha hapo tunafanya
anytime visiting the
you will
library,
get it.
make sure you have
Once again, the details for the details mingi sana ambazo naweza ijaza hapa. But from your rules and regulations tunapata details. Hapa tuko sawa. Tukisha sasa toka kwa hiyo counter ambayo tunaiita circulation, tunasonga kwa ingine yenye inadili tu na lending and borrowing of materials, inaitwa short loan. Tumetoka long loan tumeenda short loan. Short loan is for reserved materials. And by reserved materials inamaanisha nini? We are about 1,500 ama 2,000 hapa kwa hiyo. Wale wanafanya economics, they could be 200, I don't know. Tuseme sasa hawa wanafanya economics ni 200. Na university cannot afford to buy each student kitabu yake. Si kama sasa textbook za shule yenye ukienda unapewa unasoma na hii mpaka tamu ishe. Hapana. These are shared resources. So what we do, we might have 10 copies or 20 copies of that particular book yenye ni core unit for that semester. So what we do, sisi na walimu wenu tuna identify ile kitabu tutatumia hiyo semester, tunaweka hapo reserve. Tukiweka 20 books na 200 students, we want to be fair. Tunataka kila mwanafunzi ama user akuwe na fair use. So we regulate by hours. So pale short loan hapo tumeita reserve. Vitabu za hapo ukienda ikistampiwa, and like sasa ile imechukua long loan pale, hii ikistampiwa itastampiwa date ya leo, date 15. Sasa hizi ni saa ngapi? Sasa hivi ni saa 6. 3 hours from now will be nipe chapter baraka. Saa ngapi? Saa 9. So ukichukua short loan na umechukua saa hii itaandikwa 14, imestakiwa kwa 14 na time itaandikwa saa 9. So hii kitabu unafaa kurudisha hapo saa 9. Ndio ule mwingine na ule mwingine na ule mwingine apate nafasi. Sasa hapo
tukari
na usipoangalia hiyo masaa. Sasa hiyo ni pale ya so this is a short loan. Ndio turegulate hivyo, we have some community. Ndio huyo asichukue asome all day na wengine 20 wanafuata. But still hatujakataza usome all day. Hiyo kitabu kama hakuna mwingine anataka kuiomba, umeomba masaa yako imeisha, rudisha counter, useme uongeze muda. Librarian mwenye hapo akijua kuna mwingine anauliza hiyo book, we shall renew for you and we can renew as many times as you want. Sawa? In this section,
make sure your phone is on silent mode.
Masaa ya kufunga ikifika, nitawaambia masaa ya kufunga. Masaa ya kufunga ikifika, you can request for overnight loan. Pamoja, overnight ukichukua, we expect you to bring the following day. Kesho saa 2 kufungua, na event ikifika, kesho ni Friday, nimeamua kujivinjari. Library bado yuko kwa starehe zetu, tuna magazeti, tuna magazeti. If you want to come and read that one, na tuseme you want to borrow, except for newspapers. Unataka kuborrow Ngugi wa Thiong'o, uende ukasome Kipindi Mileso, or any other book, utakuta kwetu utapewa weekend. Sawa? So tushaingia, lakini sijawaambia ile library yetu ilifunguliwa saa ngapi. Our operating hours, Monday, Friday, tunafungua saa 2 asubuhi and we close at 9. By 9, unafaa umedecide what you're reading, on the book you want to go and read in the room. Saturdays, tunafungua saa 2, but tunafunga at 5. By 4:45, tuna expect kushaomba chenye unaomba, unauliza chenye unauliza, ushaarifiwa. Sundays, we don't do them. Public holidays, we don't do them. Hapa tuko sawa. Those are our operating hours. Na sasa hii inahusu section zote za service points zenye unapata kwa maktaba. Tumetoka sasa kwa short loan. Other than books, we have passport papers. Zile mitihani zimekuwa zikifanywa mbeleni. Maybe you are doing statistics. Na unataka kuona sasa statistics ya first year, semester 1 inazetiwa. You might be interested. Get to the library, uliza, utaonyeshwa how to get it, look at it, and go. Hii nyinyi mnatumia na ndio waingie sisi. Hata walimu wengine watatumia hizo vitu kwa jina la Yesu. Sawa? So, be a friend of God. Ukisoma zote akishua uende na hiyo paper ya hiyo semester. Utapata almost half of the exam inatoka hapo. It's very easy. The next section, bado tukiwa kwa readers services, ni mahali panaitwa Africana section. This section of the library houses about 5 collections. And by the way, what do I mean by Africana? Africana, these are books written by Africans or non-Africans about Africa. Na hata tani hizo Afrikana utazijua kwa sababu zitakuwa na prefix kama ya kulipa kwa balozi zitapewa baadaye. Pia kwa hiyo sehemu ya Afrikana utapata collection nyingine inaitwa special collection. Hii special collection iko iko na vitu mingi sana. Kuna vitabu tumeweka hapo kwa sababu ni ndogo sana kutarishia kwa mfuko yako, although kamera itakuona, lakini hatutaki kushika mwizi. Iko na vitabu kubwa sana ambazo haziwezi toshea kwa section nyingine ama kwa shelf. Iko na vitabu ziko na picha kubwa biographies zenye zinaweza tempt mtu ikata inaenda kutoshea kwa ukuta yako na labda inatoshana kama hivi. Iko na vitabu za for the education people who are here, so that all the books that you need for going for different practice, the secondary books zote ziko hapo. That is the special bit about special iko na biographies and biographies. Tuna writings zingine tunaita thesis. This is pieces of work, research work, zile zimeandikwa na watu ambao wamefanya masters. Lakini hata nyinyi by the time unafika kabla kufanya masters, mtafanya projects. Tunaitishwa projects. Kama simu. Na hizo tunaweka za wale wanafunzi wetu ambao wamehitimu kutoka kwa chuo chetu. Hiyo sasa kwa junior collection, though that is not yours, but ukitaka kusoma kama wewe kusoma kwa story kwa zamani na unataka kupana zimejaa hapo. Then finally we have periodicals there. Periodicals are magazines and journals that are published both locally and in print. Kumbuka,
when you get a book, you click on it, and then it will give you information about the books. It will show you where the book is currently in the library, whether it's borrowed or whether it's available. It will also give you a call number of that book, and it will help you to get you get that call number and note it up, light it somewhere, and then get on the shelf and get the book you want.
Welcome to Laikipia University Reference and Information Service Desk. The main purpose of this desk is to ensure that users get the information that they need. The Reference and Information Service Desk receive two types of queries, that is questions. We have long-range queries and we have short-range queries. Long-range queries is that type of a query that takes a longer time to get the information because it involves what we call literature search. So when a student comes with maybe an assignment and it is a long-range query, we will give a student a form to fill. Then after that,
tutapata back issues ya gazeti la jana, gazeti la juzi. Na hizi gazeti hazikai huko tu. Wale librarians wako pale, they read those papers on a daily basis as they come. Then from the newspapers, they pick articles. This we call indexing. When they pick these articles, tuseme nimeona kitu vizuri sana on education. Ama nimeona something very good on drug abuse or child abuse. Kuna specific areas zenye tume-identify that as I read this newspaper, nitachukua hiyo information. Maybe nimesoma mambo ya Laikipia University, iko na graduation leo, ama inafanya, I'll pick that article, niandikie kadi, niseme iko kwa standard ya leo, iko column fulani, na maybe imeandikwa na nani. Na kisha hii kadi nitakuwekea mahali, hata baadaye utaweza kukuja uangalie kadi na ujue haya. Hii article ninayopata sasa kwa ile bound volume, na bila kutafuta from page 1, not from date 1 to date 31st, ninajua exactly that this article was published on 14, na iko page 12, na iko column number 3. Hiyo ndio tunaita indexing. Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa hapo? Na kwanza watu wa business, I know you have a very sharp walimu. Business daily, mtashinda mkiulizwa na mtatolewa mamitihani huko. These are just part of the our resources zenye tunaongeza kwa vitabu zenu, kwa masomo yenu, ndio mpate extra resources. Ndio ukiambiwa uandike term paper. Term paper ni mtihani. Hapa university ni kuzuri. Unapewa question na unaambiwa enda huko uniandikie. Hautakatazwa kutumia textbook zote. But pale mwisho utaambiwa quote references penye umetoa information. You hataki information yako ya hapa tu. By now, you are not an authority in whichever area. Si unatoa hii ukisema hii umequote kitabu fulani, hii umequote gazeti fulani, hii umetoa habigeti. Ndio tukue na variety. Na the more uko na variety, the more hiyo tapepa utashinda ule mwenye alikaa chini akajiambia, "Hii si ni simple sana. Wananiambia mambo ya 844 na nimesoma 844." Then you think you're writing everything from your head. Hata kwa reference utaandika nini? Are you getting? Those are the tips that are supposed to help us. Na tukitoka hapo, we have resources. Zile madam aliongea about electronic materials in terms of journals, in terms of books. And she even said we have more e-books than the print ones. Pale kwa Kakona, we have an e-resource center. With a few computers there, you'll get the librarian there. We expect you to identify yourself from there, penye atakuonyesha how to use them online. Library yetu hamwezi toshea ninyi wote, so first come first serve basis. Na nikisema hii, so there are some things we need to observe. Conduct, tafadhali. Usipate mtu ameketi mahali na amerudisha kitabu hapo shortboard, ukae mahali kwake. Ni mbaya. Though at the same time we don't encourage you to book sitting space. Ati kwa sababu umekuja library ukifungua umekuja 8 na unakimbia lecture, unaacha vitu zako zote hapo. Hata sisi tunatembea around, tukipata mahali imebukiwa tutaondoa na tupatie mtu mahali hapo. When you're in the library, observe silence all the time. When you're in the library, keep your phone on silent mode all through. If you have to answer that call that is an emergency, kindly dash out, chukua simu yako, ongea, ama whatever you want to do with your phone. Hapo mko sawa? Kindly, when you're in the library, umesoma na unataka kurudisha kitabu shortload, na ulikuja na pasi yako, na ukuja na laptop, na ukuja na vitu zako umeweka kwa desk, ukirudisha hiyo, wherever you are going to a service point, do not leave those things on that thing. Utaenda kurudisha material na ukirudi zimeenda. Sawa sawa? Phone zote si zinafanana. Hata akilipita hapa na amebeba ya huyu, mimi nitajua. Hata security hapo hatakuwa amekusaidia. Are we together? Always value your valuables. Na valuable nyingine sikusema ya maana sana ni hiyo ID yenu. ID yako mtu mwingine asipate. And not just to the first years. Hata wale wako mbele yenu. Ama mtu akudanganye niombee kitabu. Utaombea mtu ataenda, wewe ndio tutafuata. And by the way, our books are very expensive. These books are published from outside. Tunazi-import. Hazipublishiwi hapa. You'll get, maybe the cheapest is around 4,000. Sasa umekabu. Na the other charges ya kupoteza kwa sababu tutakuhesabia pia hiyo muda yenye hujarudisha. It will be very costly. So tuchunge mali yetu, tuchunge hata ukienda room, don't just leave your book there. Mtu atachukua, aisome. Hakuna mtu atakuuliza asiporudisha, ama ikipotea, kisha mkono wenye tumehakikisha. So, as I said, our library si kubwa, lakini tuko na free wifi yenye inazunguka hiyo maktaba yote. Na hata nje ya library, we have our green library where you can also sit and enjoy the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to invite the next speaker for them to lead us through the other service points. Welcome, Nancy. Good afternoon.
hope all of you have visited a library. Kwenye mlikuwa shule mlikuwa na library. Mkonoje? Hata hapa najua mtakuja kwa library yetu. What we are trying to do is to wewe mwenyewe ukuwe rafiki ya kitabu. Kwa sababu kitabu chenyewe ukisoma ndio kitakusaidia kupita. And you are here, your purpose here is to pass your exam. Sasa, in our library, we have a lot of collections of books. Umeelezewa kuhusu different sections of the library, na kwa kila section, tumetajua section moja kama Africana. You will get a catalog there. We have another section kama Stockroom, Reserve. You will get a catalog there. Also, ukiingia kwa mlango, we also have a main catalog. So we have two different catalogs in the library. We have the physical one. The physical one, kuna mtu atakuelezea kuihusu. I'm also going to talk about the digital catalog. The digital catalog is called OPAC. OPAC is online public catalog. And I'm showing you how to access it. So I hope kuna watu wako na phone, a smartphone. You have smartphones? Usijali kwa sababu hata mwenye hana, you come to the library and we have a few computers so that you can access our information using that. Utatumia hiyo computer. So for those of you who have a digital phone, ningependa muende Laikipia Library, Laikipia University website. You can Google Laikipia University website. Yetu ni practical. Wacha nikuje nione. Laikipia University website. Ungeweza wenyewe kugoogle. Or you can use www.laikipia.ac.ke. When you get to the Laikipia University, I hope umeingia hapo. When ameingia naweza kuambia. You Google Laikipia University. You go to our homepage ya Laikipia University. Ukiingia kwa homepage, you will get some tabs there. Tab moja yenye utapata ya library. Kwa library, you will get the drop tab.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paris Kiwi, the University Librarian, and together with my team, we are glad to host you for the library tour, virtual tour, and in this current library. And I call it current because we will soon be shifting to our new library, which is more spacious. We've been in this space for the last 33 years since the university was since we started operations, first of all as a campus of Egerton University, and now
access point
university. So
hii ya kusaidia to access the information materials, right? So you can start using that library catalog or title or author
is to build on your
all the
that you're pursuing.
So you search using those three title, author, or subject. You type the information.
So in all these things you
type information hapo, an example la type book ya Thiongo. You type book ya Thiongo, and then you click go. Unataka utaona nimeshaka go. Utaona different titles you have. You choose on one. Ukichagua moja, scroll through and it will give you details of that book. Utaona imefuatilia page
pages. We have the title, the author, na details zingine. And then hapo chini kabisa, you will get the call number. Itaandikwa call number. And that is what we want from those digital calls. Ukipata hiyo, you write it somewhere, the call number. Na hiyo ndio muhimu kwetu, ndio tunataka usaidike. You will get to the information materials zenye tuko nazo, na itakusaidia to get the information materials. On that digital, on that part, it will also help you see kama kitabu kimeombwa, itakuelezea, and then when it is due. Kama haijaombwa, itakwambia it is available. It will also show you where the book is. Itakuonyesha iko upande gani. On that part, we also have other digital, when you e-resources, we also have a section in the library called e-resource. In case you want to know more of e-books, e-books are electronic books. Utazipata hapo. Kwa sababu the ones we have are physical books. The physical books ndio ziko hapo. We also have the e-resources. E-resources are akuelezea kuhusu the physical form of the library and the physical form of the catalog.
And indeed,
the description is also the reference region and
this is where you copy somebody else's works and you want to claim they are yours. You know, the universities worldwide are becoming very much more strict in these issues. In fact, there are consequences in this kind of plagiarism. It's actually called plagiarism.
Reference information services.
Every quotation, because it's
there is a section in the library called reference section, and the major function of this section is to act as a bridge between library users and the information resources available in the library. We have thousands of books in the library, so sometimes it becomes very difficult for our users to identify the exact information source that they were. So in that case, the reference desk is available for you to assist you locate and retrieve the information that you want. In the reference section, we normally
pass your exams.
two types of questions, that is, we have short range questions and we have long range questions. Short range questions are the type of questions that need immediate answer. An example, when you are in the library, you may need to know where the Africana section is. We will direct you.
Welcome to Laikipia University.
So
We are
it
excited
takes
to have you
the shortest
during
time
this
possible
period of
to
your
get
study at
you to Africana.
Laikipia.
But again, sometimes you are given research
Have the
questions
learning done
in your
here,
lecture course.
and you'll have
And
your scholarly
you don't
work
know where to
from
get
the
the
library.
information to help you
The
answer the
library is
questions.
your conducive
You come to our
environment
reference desk,
because
we
it
give
is
you
a
a
silent
form, you
place
fill,
where you
we
can do
capture
your
your
learning
user
without any disruptions.
profile.
Welcome to
We write your name,
tour of the library.
admission
The
number,
first station
telephone
where we are
number,
right now
and
is our
the
blog
question.
room.
The telephone number will enable us
This is
to reach
where
you
we live.
the soonest we get the information resources
This
that
is
you require.
where you're supposed to.
So the long page will take time
Things
because
like
we
giving
have to go and look for various sources
kindly.
for the information
As
to
you give the
get
bags,
the exact information
do
that
not
you
leave
want.
any valuables.
We have to do
And
literature
by
search.
valuables, I mean
So that's why
your laptop,
we need a deadline. It may take 2-3 days.
your school
But
ID
immediately the
is
information is available.
valuable.
You will
gadget for you
notify
throughout your studies.
through a text message.
And always remember, as I have said again, this place is not
Are we
far,
there?
so just
Yes.
go.
See how you do the library.
Visit the
This
library,
is your work.
make sure you have carried along with you your
Then
ID.
when you are in the library,
And by
who
this I
is
mean
feel free
your
to
student's ID.
consult the
As
librarian.
you know, we will not have given you
These people who are
the
here,
kindly
they are
remember
able
to
to
carry
answer your
your
questions.
national ID for
Our
those who
library
have,
is
and for those who
information
don't have,
enabled.
kindly. The letter of
We have
admission,
all
that
the
letter that you're moving around
that
with
we
to show you that you have been
from
admitted
different
to the
sources.
university is your identifier.
But now,
So as you get to the library,
at
the last
some point in time,
always
we will require you
register it with our
to give
security
us
personnel
some
and
response
with our
on how
certification personnel.
our services are. Now, in that case, we'll do what we call the user survey. We'll give you a questionnaire, and you will be required to respond to some of the questions in the questionnaire.
As you enter the
That will
library,
enable us
always be reminded
to improve on our services.
your phone
It will enable us to identify the rich areas
that you
in
do
the
not
library.
answer the phone while you are in the
Are
library.
we there?
Our second
Hello?
session
So when a time comes and you are asked
is
to respond, please kindly respond.
circulation
Because
is
we have to know at what level of satisfaction we are to our users.
that
Our major aim
outside the library.
as like the university library is to ensure that you are satisfied.
What you're required at the
You are
institution
satisfied
is your,
with the kind of services that
for all our
are
users,
offered.
whether students or staff, you're supposed to always
And always,
introduce yourself. You give it to our
You
staff.
were told there is a complementary distance. Complementary.
Materials that you have
When we feel that we are not doing right, there is a
go
book
out with them and read them
at
out.
the window. Write something there.
Thank you.
If you feel that you are served,
Here, make sure
we are
as you go out
satisfied.
that
Also,
material is required
write something
at
there.
our security desk.
Don't be
Our
afraid to
security
get
desk
that. It will help us
at
improve.
any one time might ask you
Now.
to identify yourself. They might also want to see what you are carrying, so
Hello.
that they
When
are
you
sure
get
that you're not
books in the
carrying
library,
unauthorized.
you need a catalog.
Our next
But now I'm going to talk about
library
the
is a
catalog.
display
Is
rack.
that catalog? When you go to the library, you can touch it. And I will
items that
report.
have been
Now,
processed in the library. We
for you to
distribute
retrieve a
them for
book,
1 week. As
the
we are
catalog
waiting
will
at
act as
radio stations,
a route map.
in the open shelf, it could be.
It will direct you where that book is.
So
on
as you come
the
to the
shelf.
library, you can just try and see
The catalog is
what
a
we
point.
have in our display rack.
It will give you the ready indication of that particular book that you want
The
on the
public
shelf.
catalog
Now
is
for you
supposed to tell you
to
where
access a
and
book,
how
you have to
to
go
locate the
three things.
materials that you
What
require
are
or
these?
that you shall use within the library. And remember, as we have told you
The subject
earlier
of
in
the
the
book
lecture
that you want.
later there, that
You
we
have to
have
know the
both
order
great resources and we have
or the
e-resources.
title.
For
Because
us
every
to
book
start with
has
starting
those
with
three
the
access
resources
points.
catalog, then it shall take you to
Title,
the resource catalog.
order, and subject.
This is the
Now,
catalog, the public catalog.
every book has three cards. There. One card is for the title, another one for the subject, the third one is for the order. Meaning you can access one book using three different ways.
Order of the title. Here in the
Hello.
catalog, we have the catalog
Yes.
that has
Because it is possible
catalog
you know the
and
author
catalog. And the
of a
other
book,
catalog,
but you don't know
has
the
an
title.
interval together and they are
For example,
arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z. Then
If
here
I
we
tell
have
you
the subject catalog.
as
Here
an order,
they are arranged according to
how many
alphabetical order
do you
from
know?
A to Z. If you want to
How many?
access any
At the
information
any
material
book,
by order,
written
you
by
can
the
see this
name.
catalog. Then you start the information material
Yeah.
starting from the order, the surname
You
of
don't.
the order. Then there is a sample of the catalog card.
He didn't tell me those are
When you have
actually several books, but some of
you
them
see that there is a call number on the left side, which will be using to locate any information material in the shelf. So, you start with the surname, like this Mandan SK, then you go to the shelf and then you get the information material that you require. This unique identifier that is called the call number. The same way, you want to locate the information material using the title, you go to the title catalog, then you search whatever you want, then you go to the shelf using the call number to locate the information material. Or
the catalog is arranged
alphabetically, information material, just the way words are arranged in the dictionary. When you want to look for a word, starting with letter, you go search for it, and even in the dictionary. That is how we do it. Now we will go under letter T, and under T you will get so many titles. But now you go letter by letter, because you may get like things all about. That is a title. You get another title under T. Taxation in Kenya, yet another title. Now, between taxation in Kenya and things fall apart, which one should come first? In that? Taxation. Good. Because A will come before H. That is how you look for it. If you are to look for something written by Chinua Achebe, you just want to read anything written by Achebe, and you want to locate it on the shelves, you will check under A, Achebe, Chinua, because our catalog, which is a list of library collection, arranged in a systematic order. We normally use the surname when we write on the catalog. Surname comes first before other names. Are you getting it? Yes. Don't look using the Christian name, but the surname. So that one will be Achebe Chinua. The moment you get the first card Achebe Chinua, you will find a series of books written by Chinua Achebe. Hello. If it is book you are hearing is the same, it's also written several books. Now, I see one book, that's 3 Now, as we will be browsing, actually those cards are held together on that tray. There is a tray with several cards held together with a piece of iron rod. Now, the top left corner of any card, that is what we call number. Now, having found then after that, things fall apart by you found that card. Because actually that card has so many details. Before even you read the physical book, then you will go and look for various sources of information that will enable a user to answer his or her questions. Another thing about this desk also, we give users an opportunity to search for books on their own. That is, we also educate them on how to use retrievable tools like library catalog, so that at least on their own, they can get those books in our libraries. Now, the call number will show you now. Because actually we want to know whether our users are shelves and market pieces of information that give them from A to Z. So if it is something like this one, so that we know the level of satisfaction. Again, also we identify this one the areas of the library collection. The title is Effective Communication and Public Speaking, written by S.A. Mandari. So, effective communication and public speaking is the title.
Welcome to our research section.
We also
so that you can have a view
of newspapers after with the indexing. We send the newspapers to our users as waste newspapers. We also have a file from that we capture from our current from our daily newspapers, a file on Laikipia file, whereby we capture any information that has been covered by our diaries concerning Laikipia, any issue on Laikipia we capture. And we also
of course, you're aware. Why are people walking out?
This information for our users.
Oh, to watch the video from out there. It's okay. It's okay. It's allowed. It's okay. So many people, I hope you still remember when we say we cannot take you for a virtual tour. We hope this will be adequate. Otherwise, kama mkienda kule, the stress and it's a bit otherwise, thank you.
As you can see, we display the accounting for materials. I mean the newspapers ranging from yesterday, the Standard, the Nation, the Taifa Leo, East African, and the daily material. So you are welcome. You are welcome. Even as we interact more as a
Hello, my name is Dr. Perez and together with my team, we are glad to host you for the library tour, virtual tour, and in this current library. And I call it current because we will soon be shifting to our new library, which is more spacious, in this space for the last 33 years. Since the university was, since we started preparations, first of all, it was a campus, and now it was a university. So we are glad to have you take a look at the services that we offer, and they are diverse of them, and there are many reasons why we want to visit the library. Of course, chief among them is to build on their knowledge of the program that you are pursuing. You may also want to visit the library and you are pursuing a hobby or a science, you want to develop a science skill, or want to develop yourself in this regard. So in all these things, we wish to assure you that we have some resources that are adequate, to meet the information needs. We may also want to visit the library. We also want to visit the library just for leisure and for entertainment. If you're stressed, you may want a place where you can unwind, where you may release your stresses. And one of the best, surest way to release your stress is reading a good book. It's very therapeutic, and these are some of the things that we want to come to the library. And of course, we have diverse resources. We have diverse services flowing. You can get from within. We have a whole array of services that we offer. And in all these things, all that we ask is that you be cautious as you pursue your studies, you take care of yourself, and you also take care of respect one another, and especially the resources that you are using. We want to encourage you that, as much as we offer our services free of charge, we want you to be careful that and equal to the task. They'll be able to assist you every step of the way. And we would want to assure you that as long as you're in Laikipia University, your information needs are well taken care of. So do not have any excuse not to pass your exams, not to pursue a second skill, because as you know, in the current technological age, you need to hone up your skills you need to hone up your skills in as many ways as possible. So we have all this diversity of resources, e-format, in print format, for which you are welcome to access. Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much, and karibu to Laikipia University, and of course to the library over and over again. Thank you.
Welcome to Laikipia University. We are excited to have you during this period.
A valuable gadget for you throughout your studies. And always remember, as I have said again, this place is not manned, so just be warned. And anytime you visiting the library, make sure you have carried along with you your identifier. And by this I mean your student's ID. For you first years, I know we will not have given you the IDs. Kindly remember to carry your national ID for those who have, and for those who do not have, kindly, the letter of admission, that letter that you're moving around with to show you that you have been admitted in the university, is your identifier. So as you get to the library, the laptop you have carried along with you, always remember to register it with our security personnel and with our circulation personnel. What is your school ID, madam? Now we have 2 books here. Laptop registration book. Do you know your laptop? See your number? Can you please go ahead and register? As you enter the library, you're always reminded to observe silence. Make sure your phone is on silent mode. Make sure that you do not answer the phone while you are in the library. Our second station, as you come here, is the circulation desk. Circulation desk, or issue desk, is where we lend materials that are used outside the library and return them at the same time, at the same desk. What you're required at the circulation desk is your ID for all our users. Whether students or staff, you're supposed to always identify yourself. We give it to our staff, who will issue you the material that you require. The materials that you have borrowed from this counter, we encourage you to go out with them and read them out there. But if you intend to be in the library and read from here, make sure as you go out that material is recorded at our security desk. Our security desk at any one time might ask you to identify yourself. They might also want to see what you are carrying, so that they are sure that you're not carrying any unauthorized material. Our next station, as you get to the library, is a display rack. The display rack has all the new items that have been processed in the library. We display them here for 1 week as they are waiting to go to their various stations. It could be the open shelf, it could be in Africana or other areas. So
So as you come to the library, you can just try and see what we have in our display rack. And the next stop is our public catalog. The public catalog is supposed to tell you where and how to locate the materials that you require or that you shall use within the library. And remember, as we have told you earlier in the lecture theatre there, that we have both print resources and we have e-resources. For us to start, we are starting with the print resources catalog, then we shall take you to the e-resource catalog. Welcome.
Thank you. This is the public catalog. The public catalog is where you can locate a book, either using an author, title, or the subject. And the catalog is the bibliographic details of a book or any information material. You can access using the author or the title. Here in our catalog, we have the catalog that has author title catalog or the subject catalog. And the author title catalog, the cards are interfaced together and they are arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z. Then here we have the subject catalog. Here they are arranged according to the alphabetical order from A to Z. If you want to access any information material, either by author, you come to this catalog. Then you start the information material starting from the author, the surname of the author. Then there is a sample of the catalog card. Here it is. And when you have an sample, you see that there is a call number on your left-hand side, which you'll be using to locate any information material in the shelf. So you start with the surname, like this, Mandan SK, then you'll go to the shelf and then you'll get the information material that you require using this unique identifier that is called the call number. The same way, when you want to locate information material using the title, you come to the title catalog, then you search whatever you want using the title, then you go to the shelf using the call number to locate the information material. Or you can use even the subject catalog. When you want to locate any information material, you use the subject of your choice. Then you take it and note somewhere the call number, you use it to locate in the shelf. The call number is arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z.
We have the online public access catalog that is offered, and you can also access it using a computer. The other method you are shown using the card catalogs. Now you can use our computer to search the public catalog. Now, when you want to access the books for online catalog, those are the e-resources. You go to Media University. We have a library tab and another drop tab of public access catalog. You click on it. When you click on it, you search the books of Bob Wadiamo, and then you get all the books of Bob Wadiamo. You get a particular book you wanted. When you get that book, you click on it, and then it will give you information about the books. It will show you where the book is currently in the library, whether it's borrowed or whether it's available. It will also give you a call number of that book, and it will help you to get that call number and light it somewhere, and then get it on the shelf and get the book you want.
Welcome to Laikipia University Reference and Information Service Desk. The main purpose of this desk is to ensure that users get the information that they need. The Reference and Information Service Desk receive two types of queries, that is questions. We have long-range queries and we have short-range queries. Long-range queries is that type of a query that takes a longer time to get the information because it involves what we call literature search. So when a student comes with maybe an assignment and it is a long-range query, we will give a student a form to fill. We take the user profile, the details, admission number, the phone number, the name, and the type of information that is needed. Then after that, we will ask for a deadline. The user will give us the deadline when this information is supposed to be given to him or her. Then we will go and look for various sources of information that will enable a user to answer his or her questions. Another thing about this desk also, we give users an opportunity to search for books on their own. That is, we also educate them on how to use retrieval tools like library catalog, so that at least on their own they can get. Then we do what we call user survey, because actually we want to know whether our users are normally satisfied with the pieces of information that we give them and other services of the library. So we do a survey so that we know the level of satisfaction. Again, also we identify the weak areas of the library collection, and the same is related to the acquisition section for purchase. That is the match we do in the reference. Thank you.
Welcome to our reserve section, or in other terms, we call it short loan section. This is a place where materials that are borrowed from this area are read in the library, within the library, but we can lend the same to you for overnight use or for weekend use. Materials that have been reserved here are the ones that the lecturers have brought for reservation, because they want all the students to have fair use of the books. Books here are given out on hourly basis. But if you're not through and there is no one else asking for the book, you can still come back and have a renewal. The terms here are that you should not delay with the materials issued here for more than the allocated time. Other than books, we have our past papers, where users like students come and browse to see the kind of questions that are set in their area, and lecturers also come and have an overview of the exams that have been set previously. Remember always that we, just like we have said in the other sections, always carry your student's ID. And again, for those who will not have received their student's ID by the time they are coming to the library, carry your national ID or your letter of admission. I hope you enjoy your stay here.
This is the Africana section of the library. This is where we have books about Africa, authored by Africans, and it is from all various perspectives of Africa: geographical, historical, cultural, all about Africa. We also have periodicals, we have journals, we have scholarly journals over here, we have trade journals, we have newspapers. All those are housed in this Africana section of the library. The Africana books are from this shelf to this one, where it's labeled Africana. And then over here, we have the special collection. Special collection. Right here, these are the theses. These are our theses. And this is the junior collection. Junior collection. And we have the journals. These are the several journals we have in this library. This is the display rack. Display rack. And finally, we have the autobiographies here. Autobiographies. Yes, thank you.
This is the archives section of the library, where we have bound newspapers dating back from inception of this institution way back in 1990. We bind our newspapers on a monthly basis. Scholars, users come here both for leisure, research inputs. In this section, there is a librarian who is in charge of the activities here.
Welcome to this section. This is our archive section, whereby we keep volumes of newspapers, and the materials that we keep, they are in bound volumes. And we also do indexing. You are welcome to this section, what we do on daily basis. Yeah, this is now the archive, our archive area, whereby we keep these volumes of newspapers. We index the Standard, the Daily Nation, and the East African, and we bite them after we get them for a month. We bite them into volumes, and we keep them for research for our users. Here, mostly what we do the indexing of the newspapers, and we also do sales of newspapers. After we are done with the indexing, we sell the newspapers to our users as waste newspapers. We also have a file that we capture from our from our daily newspapers, a file on Laikipia file, whereby we capture any information that has been covered by our dailies concerning Laikipia. Any issue on Laikipia we capture, and we also
Hello, my name is Dr. Paris Key, the University Librarian, and together we are glad to host you for the library tour, virtual tour, and in this current library. And I call it current because we will soon be shifting to our new library, which is more spacious. We've been in this space for the last 33 years since the university was since we started operations, first of all as a campus of Egerton University, and now even as a chartered. You take a look at the services that we offer, and they are diverse.